This is a diabetic combined detachment with a densely adherent fibrous proliferation, a thin ischemic atrophic retina as well. There is no posterior hilar detachment in the periphery, and so we start the dissection from the posterior pole and extending it towards the periphery. So we elevate the fibrous tissue of the disc, entering into the subhyaloid space. We extend this separation of the posterior hilar to the periphery. We encounter a fibrous tissue which we dissect off, and very gently we extend the posterior hilar detachment circumferentially and then try to work our way back posteriorly. The fibrovascular nails, which keep the fibrous tissue anchored to the retina, can be very gently peeled by working around the fibrous tissue and allowing the fibrous tissue to roll into the cutter. As you can see, the cutter port faces up, allowing the fibrous tissue to literally fold into the cutter. This makes the dissection safer. A combination of segmentation and delamination can be done with the cutter itself, as the cutter port is closer towards the tip, making it safer. The direction of the cutter is important when trying to delaminate the fibrous tissue from the retina. We make sure that iatrogenic breaks are avoided, as iatrogenic breaks in the presence of a densely adherent fibrous tissue which has not been dissected can make further dissection extremely difficult. Here we are identifying the second membrane, the invisible second membrane, with the help of a needle and also with the help of the forceps. This second membrane extends anterior to the visible fibrous tissue and may not be very obvious. And peeling this towards the fibrovascular nail makes it easier to remove the fibrous tissue from the retina. Here we can see the cutter being used to segment and remove the fibrous tissue. I'm doing what we call as the fluid-fluid exchange. The thick subretinal fluid, viscous subretinal fluid in the combined retinal detachment is removed with the blade of the cutter to decrease the height of the detachment, thereby allowing easier dissection. In the presence of a densely adherent fibrous tissue in combined retinal detachment, if the retina becomes bullous, it becomes very difficult to continue the dissection. So it's better not to have iatrogenic breaks or to decrease the height of the detachment before we proceed to the dissection. Here we cauterize the margins of the pre-existing break and go ahead to dissect the fibrous tissue in the periphery. So the vitreous base dissection is being carried out now. And you can see the thick viscous subretinal fluid and the retina is reattached with fluid air exchange. You can see the retina is nicely attached, all the fibrous tissue has been removed. We proceed with retinopexy around the break, laser retinopexy around the breaks and pan-retinal photocoagulation.